Hello students! For today's class, we will be going to discuss determining the approaches to teaching literature. So the teaching literature is geared toward the enhancement of students' language proficiency along with the informational aesthetic value of the English language in general. So over the past years, teachers have faced various challenges as how to teach literature effectively, like what literary elements were incorporated in the language classrooms, how many language activities be designed to maximize students' learning of the language component inherent in the literary piece, and how does teachers' use of an approach influence students' authentic language learning. So Moody in 1983 stressed that a teaching approach provides a model, so the operation to be used in presenting the content that leads to the development of the reading skills. So in this case, it is the teaching of literature that ensures stimulation of students' interest and the development of language proficiency. So Ling and Ing's 2016 determined the types of English literature teaching approaches that preferred by the secondary teachers. So first we have the cultural model, information-based approach, language model, and the paraphrastic approach. So first we have the cultural model. So cultural model is related information based. So teachers use this approach, see literature as a source of facts and insights about particular culture or historical period. So the students are expected to actively seek and understand the political, social, and historical context of the literary work. Next, we have the information-based approach. So this approach shares significant overlap with the cultural model, as it also prioritizes the acquisition of knowledge and information related to the literary text. So this approach heavily relies on the teacher's input in delivering information about the literary work and its surrounding context. Next, we have the language model. So this model shifts the focus from cultural or factual information to the linguistic aspects of literature. It views literary texts as valuable resources for improving students' language proficiency in areas such as grammar, vocabulary, and language structure. Next, we have the paraphrastic approach. So this approach, as a subcomponent of the language model, focuses primarily on simplifying and rephrasing the literary text into more accessible language. So this might involve using simpler vocabulary, less complex sentence structures, or even translating parts of the text into another language.
As per my part, I will be discussing the determining the approaches to teaching literature. First is the language model. In this model, it has stylistic approach and language-based approach. Stylistic approach, it is for students to appreciate and understand the literary text in a deeper manner. It also helps students to interpret the text meaningfully and develop language awareness and knowledge. It also analyzes the language prior to the elements of literary text. Another approach is a language-based approach. In this approach, it is student-centered and activity-based for productive use of language. It improves students' language proficiency and engages students more on experiences and responses. In this approach, it practiced role-play, poetry, recital, discussions, debate, and summarizing. Another model is personal growth model. In this model, it helps students to develop their language, character, and emotions. It also encourages students to love and enjoy reading literature. In this model, it has two approaches. First is the personal response approach. In this approach, it promotes students to associate the subject matters of reading text with personal life experiences. It engages individual and literary text reading as personal fulfillment, and pleasure can be met while developing the language and literary competency. In this approach, it practiced brainstorming, small group discussions, journal writing, and interpreting opinions. Another approach is moral philosophical approach. With this approach, teachers are able to direct students to achieve self-realization as well as self-understanding while interpreting literary works. And that would be all for my part.